A recall is a really important thing to have with your greyhound. Even though we and most adoption agencies don't recommend off-leashing your greyhound because they can run so fast, it is still important to train your greyhound to come back when he's called, just in case anything happens. Now, it's a good idea to start on a long line so that you have control of your greyhound. It's also a really good idea to start in small spaces and confined spaces. Don't go to a beach and let your greyhound go and discover that you don't have recall. That won't be fun, and it might end up with your greyhound becoming seriously injured, because if he can get away and get near a vehicle, bad things can happen, and nobody wants that. So always, always, always reward your greyhound for coming to you. Even if you have previously been chasing him around for 10 minutes because you couldn't catch him. Always, always, always reward your greyhound for coming. That goes for any dog. When your greyhound comes to you, give him whatever his favourite reward is, be that food or a toy or cuddles or all of the above. Don't ever growl at your greyhound or run after him and get hold of him and growl at him and tell him he's been bad, because that will teach him that if he is loose, coming to you is a bad idea. That is something you do not want. You want to teach your greyhound that if you are reaching out for him, there is something in it for him, he should come to you. That if you are calling him, that's the best thing in the world and he should come to you. Okay, so always, always, always reward your greyhound. Start in small spaces. Start on a long line so that you can make your greyhound come, and then reward him when he does. We don't generally use the clicker for recall, except at the very, very beginning. At the very beginning, when we're teaching our greyhound to respond to his name when we call it, we're going to use the clicker. But once he's actually coming any distance, and by any distance I mean above a couple of meters, then you're not going to really achieve anything by adding the clicker in. Then eventually you will have a greyhound who will always come when he's called, and depending on how he is around other animals, and it doesn't really mean whether he's got a high prey drive or not, it means how rude he is, how understanding he is of other animals' space, how understanding he is of his own space, you may have a greyhound that you can off-leash on the beach or in other places. A greyhound runs at 70 kilometres an hour. Even a small greyhound bitch is a big dog. If your greyhound is running at 70 kilometres an hour and is not good at managing his own space and not good at understanding how much space other animals need, he is going to run into that space at 70 kilometres an hour, possibly bowl over another dog, possibly run into something himself, and you may have an injured greyhound or a frightened pet of somebody else's, and that's going to be a problem that you have to deal with. So that is not worth it, but you must still work on recall with your greyhound. Henry! Yay! Good man! Henry! Good dog! Good dog. Come on. Henry! 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 Come on. Phoenix! Good boy. Good boy. Tell me you got that one.
Little darling, it's been a long, long racing season. Little darling, it's time to rest and find a home. Here comes the hounds, didn't you know? Here comes the hounds, and I say it's for life. Hounds for life. Hounds for life.